Greetings, I'm Anthony, one half of the Printy Brothers. Our favorite thing to do on this channel is create cinematic RPG actual plays.
My character is Cliff Greybeard.
Our first RPG on the channel was Ironsworn. It's a game that we immediately fell in love with. We loved the system and we loved the characters and story that we created. For that first show, about halfway through, we printed Heroforge models for our characters, in multiple poses so we can have them do different things in the cinematic miniature shots. Now, we are bringing back those characters for our most recent RPG actual play, Sundered Isles, which is a spin-off of Starforged, which is the spiritual successor to Ironsworn. In Sundered Isles, our characters will be embarking on a new adventure set loosely in the same world. And we thought it would be fun to update our miniatures to new piratey versions. So today I'm painting 𝐂𝐽 2.0. This video is going to be a little bit more casual than most. I imagine most people won't click on this video unless you're already familiar with our channel, and we don't really have a lot of subscribers. So if you are here, thanks for watching. I'll mostly be chatting about our actual plays and where I want to take 𝐂𝐽 as a character in our upcoming show. And of course I'll be painting his model. Oh, and I'm going to recap some of his backstory from the previous actual play. So sit back, paint a model, and chill with me. So in Ironsworn, we had 3 models for our characters, each with a different pose: casual, combat, and horseback riding. For this show, we're just doing casual and combat, since we're probably not going to be riding horses on the ocean waves. We did consider adding a third pose, like sitting maybe, but ultimately settled for just the 2. This is already pretty extra for an actual play, but it's the kind of stuff we love doing. Sean and I both have a filmmaking background. You can still find a bunch of our short films on this channel, and we want to do more stuff like that in the future. We actually have this pretty cool idea for a scripted RPG sitcom-y type series, kind of like The Guild or something like that. But these actual plays are great for us because we get to play a game that we love, and we still get to stretch some of our filmmaking muscles with the miniature shots. And boy, we are really stepping it up with this one. I feel like we've been preparing for this for a long time. I already have this awesome galleon model from Loose Studios that took me forever to print. Seriously, they could have made those files a little bit easier to print on an FDM machine. And when I combine that with my newly crafted ocean board, it really sings. I'm pretty proud of this. And Sean is always coming up with increasingly harebrained ideas when we're filming. I'm afraid the guy has gone off his rocker.
I just want to make it clear, I don't think this is going to work.
Well, you always say that. My new Cliff model I just finished painting, and for our show, we're going to swing it across a ship on a rope.
Oh, gods.
If you want to see this model in action, episode 1 of this actual play is already out, so after you finish this video, give that one a watch. So to keep up with all of that awesome stuff that we've already got, I have to do a good job on this model here. So the pressure is on. At least I only have to paint one eye. So my character 𝐂𝐽 is an elf who is native to the Ironlands. In our world, all elves are natives there, though most of them are extinct. 𝐂𝐽 spent a lot of his time searching for any elves, especially his lost parents. Oh, and in this world, elves have blue skin and are capable of growing beards, because, well, that's just how I wanted it to be. At the start of our first campaign, 𝐂𝐽 met up with Sean's character, Cliff, and they became very close friends. Although they had some tribulations early on. 𝐂𝐽 had been alone for almost all of his life, ostracized from any settlement he set foot in, and so it was a big step for him to have a friend. Eventually, we were able to flesh out 𝐂𝐽's backstory some more through a flashback. So he was born in the Ironlands and lived there for a few years. Most of his early memories are a little hazy, but it was a time of unrest. The place he lived had an iron pillar in its center, and there were iron priests who would stop at nothing to get it. And during the final standoff with these priests, 𝐂𝐽's parents were backed into a corner. So they shrunk the iron pillar down into a spear and bound it to 𝐂𝐽, in the hopes that his pure spirit would be able to overcome its iron corruption. Then they sent him away in a little pod to somewhere outside the Ironlands. Their fate is actually still unknown. And yes, it is exactly like Superman. I swear it's a coincidence that his name is 𝐂𝐽. Now, I didn't have this backstory planned when I first made the character, it just happened organically as the story unfolded, which is one of the great things about Ironsworn. So when 𝐂𝐽 grew up, he had a bad A returning iron spear that was slowly corrupting him, and he had so many questions. So he traveled back to the Ironlands to find his answers. And that's where he met Cliff. And that's where the actual play started. Long story short, eventually they learned that they needed to destroy the spear in order to stop a great beast from being summoned, and the spear had been corrupting 𝐂𝐽, so he was pretty messed up at that point. We went on a very epic Lord of the Rings-esque journey to a volcano to cast the spear into the burning lava. And through the power of his strong friendship with Cliff, 𝐂𝐽 was able to cast the spear in. But because he was bound with it, it wouldn't let him go easy. And basically it came down to a 50-50 chance whether 𝐂𝐽 would live or die.
So 51 or greater and I die, 50 or less and I survive. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's agonizing.
I think that's a 38.
That's a 38.
Holy frick.
Oh, crap. Oh my god, okay, alright. Holy frick, that is so intense with the freaking ball.
That was one of the most intense things that has happened to me in a game. For only having played this character for not super long, I do find myself rather attached to him, and it is really exciting to bring him back for Sundered Isles. The Ironsworn campaign ended with us sailing off into the distance, and we thought maybe they'd go off into the Sundered Isles. Now here we are doing it. I know it's been quite a while since the original show, but these actual plays are not easy to produce. Really, the thing that takes the most time is the editing. And we also wanted to build up a bit of a backlog of episodes so that we can release them somewhat consistently. So anyways, that's where we left off. And 𝐂𝐽 is without any outside corruption for the first time in his entire life. And that's kind of what I want to explore with him in this upcoming game. Who is he without the spear? What are his values without a dark presence constantly looming over him? And I also want to eventually explore what happened with his parents, as it was never fully addressed in Ironsworn, only hinted at. I think there could be some really fun stuff there. Alright, I've rambled on enough. Let's take a look at this finished model. Not bad, huh? I don't think it's my best work. It can sometimes be hard to do your best work when you set the stakes so high for yourself. But I like this. Well, I hope you enjoyed this very casual painting video. I thank you for watching. More Sundered Isles coming soon.
We're not in Unicorn Fairyland anymore. Okay, we're in the deadly Sundered Isles, ravaged by beasts, undead, probably other types of abominations. I need you to become a little bit more jaded.
That doesn't mean we can't just have a little bit of fun while we're here.
Hey!